Welcome back, YouTube. Alex here with your Balance Druid how-to. Alright guys, the first thing we want to do is go to Reforges.com. And traditionally what you're going to do is you're going to go to Import Character. This is the first screen that should come up if you haven't been here before. You're going to put in your character's name, your server, and traditionally you would hit load. Now my character is already saved to the profile, and if you come here on the same browser twice, then yours will be too. Alright, now the spec and gear that you are wearing currently, as well as the imported reforgings loaded on the screen, will be as they were the last time that you logged out. So whenever you want this page to update, you're going to log out of your character, you're going to hit update, and this will change accordingly. You'll have different pieces of gear on, you'll have missing reforges, and what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to hit optimize after this point, and this text right here is going to turn red according to what you need to change for that piece of gear, that item that you have just gained and logged out to update. And what you'll do is go ahead and fix it to the specifications it puts on your recommended reforging side. And after you have all of your recommended reforgings, you should be as close to your hit cap as possible if you're a DPS, and it will just pretty much make all of your secondary stat reforges as efficient as possible with very little thought from you, or time spent, pain, agony, all that horrible stuff out the window. Great website to use, love it, and I hope you guys use it out. Alright guys, I'm going to show you this great website that I use called Noxic. It's currently in beta. You're going to go ahead and click the first one on Google, World of Warcraft Kata, and find your class and your spec. I primarily use this to find the best enchants and the best gems for my class. It'll be laid out for you right here in a very simple format for you to glance through at your own pace. The only thing that I want to say about gems is just because it says that these are the best for that color doesn't necessarily mean that if you get a piece of gear with that color that you should gem these. The reason for that is because reds are almost always better regardless of the color. The only exception to that rule is if the socket bonus for your primary stat is going to make sure that you don't lose out on any primary stat getting your secondary stats from other gems, say blue or yellow, orange, purple, etc. Another great thing about Noxic actually is that it really lays out rotations for you. I really like the way that it describes it in detail, and if you have an extra minute, it's a great thing to look through. I feel like it helps you learn your class a little bit better, and it shows in the long run, I would say. The main site that I use for rotations is Max DPS. It's very short, sweet, and simple, and it's very effective. They basically tell you the same thing, but I use both. I use Noxic to get the detailed end, I use Max DPS to get the straightforward end. Now, I usually recommend building your own specs, but Noxic is usually pretty good about it. They'll usually have a standard build, and it'll usually mark out the points that aren't necessarily important to your spec or your class. It shows you the best glyphs that you can have, very effective. Max DPS will also do that. Like I said, I like to check at least 2 websites for just about everything that I do. Alright guys, we're going to talk a little bit about best in slots. Best in slots, for those of you that don't know, are basically, as the name implies, the item that is best for your class and spec in that slot. So the first website we're going to go to is my primary website for looking at this, and that would be WoW Best in Slot. First one that comes up, you're going to want to go ahead and find your class and your spec, and it's going to show you 2 per slot of the best items that you can get. And you can actually get a few more if you hit view all with scores next to that item piece, and you'll get up to 4. Now if you want more than 4, I have another website that I use called AskMrRobot.com. This website is actually intended to be used interchangeably with WoWReforge.com. You can use it for Reforges. A lot of people do that. I personally use it just to find upgrades. And I'm going to show you how this works. You're going to want to go to Gear Optimizer. And it's going to be the same thing that WoW Reforge was basically. Character name, your server. Yeah, your server is going to go here, and you're going to want to hit load. It's going to have your recently loaded characters or your recently saved profile here for easy access. Go ahead and click on that if you've been here before. If not, do it the standard way. It'll be there next time. You're going to notice it's going to have the optimized tab, all the same basic stuff, the reload. Looks a lot like WoW Reforge, a little bit different interface, and that's all. Subtle difference is that you have the ability to change up to what level of gear shows as upgrades. So if you want up to Dragon Soul, or if you want up to LFR, if you want pre-raid ready, so basically through heroics, it's not going to have anything in LFR, it's not going to have anything in raids. Ding, I'm 85, that's probably going to have normals and possibly Cata heroics. I'm not 100% sure on that. Somebody would have to get back to me on that. But tier 12 up to Fire Islands, tier 13 up to Dragon Soul. Yeah, just basically some sorting options for upgrades. And I'm going to show you a little bit about the user interface for the upgrades themselves. This is what I primarily use this website for. This is what I find its strong suit is. Basically, you're going to find your lowest item level pieces, or at least that's what I do. My 378s are my lowest, so I'm going to go ahead and click my hands. Basically, number 1 and BIS, best in slot, are your best in slots. It's excuse me, going to have a list down all the way to the piece currently equipped. And right now, I'm at number 13, which means this is the 13th best item for that slot. Which means any number of these pieces here would be an upgrade for me. So if I come across any of these in the game, I'm going to want to pick them up. And I highly recommend that you guys use this website for that, and that it helps you guys out just as much as it's helped me, especially when I just hit 85, etc. Once again, thanks for watching, and see you guys next time.